Okay, per your request, I am going to take a quick video, hopefully quick, of me working on my chili recipe. I forgot to get the pan out. One moment. Okay. Just some oil. Alright, so pause this a second. Alright, take two. These are the ingredients. I decided to get them all out first. Green pepper, onion, garlic, clove. I've got two because I'd made garlic oil yesterday. I'm just going to use them both because I like garlic. We're not going to use it for anything else. 4 cans of kidney beans, a can of corn, a can of tomatoes, diced. Tomato paste. I like this better than bouillon for my broth. You can use whatever. The recipe is from an old 70s or 80s cookbook, vegetarian cookbook from back when my parents were vegetarian, and obviously we've slightly adapted it. But it's made to be a vegetarian chili. Obviously you can modify it. I've modified it. I'm pretty sure entire cans of stuff is not, when they say cups, they mean cups and not cans, but whatever. I'm not going to use the special veggie broth we make because this one is not going to be carry safe in the first place. Special veggie broth is onion and garlic free. And since I'm putting both onion and garlic in this, I'll just use the good stuff. Salt, oregano, cumin, chili powder. The chili powder we have is also garlic and onion free. We got it at I think it's like a special blend for Mexican cooking, organic or something like that we found at the store. So it's a chili powder that Carrie can eat, and that's all we have in the house. And oil. And there's the recipe. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop up the pepper and the onion, and I will be back when I'm done with that. Okay, I am back. There's a green pepper, an onion, and the garlic's been skinned. Okay, so I usually saute things over medium heat. It says, 3 tablespoons of oil? I'm just going to guess. Looks like about 1, maybe 2, probably 3. Sounds good. I always clean up as I go, so apologies for that. Okay, so the recipe says saute the onion and the garlic, and then add the green pepper. That sounds like trouble. I'm just going to do it all at once. The recipe also says to put the cloves in whole and fish them out later. Again, I like garlic, and Laura likes garlic, so I'm just going to mash the whole thing in because, yeah, it's fine. It's garlic. It's not going to kill me. Stir that up, and then let it cook for about 5 minutes. Basically, I let that cook while I work on other things. Oh shoot, I lost my recipe. Okay, so next up, let's go ahead and separate out our spices. I need half a teaspoon, a quarter teaspoon, 1 1/2, and 1. All the teaspoons. All right, 1 teaspoon of oregano. 1/4 of cumin. I like cumin. I'm a little overzealous on the cumin maybe. And 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. Awesome, there's that. Break up the onion a bit. Okay, then we need, where's the veggies? 2 cups of vegetable stock. So, the way the better than bouillon works is I fill up 2 cups of water. And then I look up the thing. And I remind myself how much is an ounce. 1 cup is 8 ounces. So 2 teaspoons. I'll be right back. Okay. So 1 teaspoon, get out of the spoon. Come on. There it goes. And 2 teaspoons. And then you kind of stir it up. And I'm not going to be too careful because I'll be stirring it even more when I actually put it in the chili. But that is how the better than bouillon stuff works, and it's really tasty. They also have chicken and beef and such, but obviously as a vegetarian, I get the vegetable. And then you refrigerate it in between uses, and it just kind of lasts. This again. Alright, next bit will be the beans. I'm going to open up the cans. I'll be right back. Okay, cans of beans are open. So first I drain them. I usually don't bother rinsing them out too much, I just drain the can. Let's set this up. Valfor is showing Laura something. Obviously you can rinse these out more if you want. And if you're trying to avoid stuff like the FODMAPs and stuff, that would be a good idea, although I don't think you can make kidney beans FODMAPs safe, so sorry, Carrie. I'm trying to come up with a good alternative. I think lentils, canned lentils, and then rinse them out a couple times might work, because small amounts of chickpeas work for her. I know that from the minestrone. I also usually drain the corn. So, drain the corn. Alright, and then the thing with the kidney beans is that 2 cans get mashed. I always do it in the Cuisinart, Cuisinart, whatever you want to call it. So it looks about like that. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's been about long enough sauteing the veggies, the other veggies. So we're going to add the stock, or the broth, or whatever you want to call it. The tomatoes and the corn. I don't bother draining the tomatoes because it's all, I don't know, I just don't bother. 2 cups, 2 cans of regular beans. Oh, and another note on the kidney beans, I usually like doing 2 cans of dark red and 2 cans of light red, and I mash one of each, and then I put one of each in normally. I can't seem to find light red kidney beans in California, so go figure. And then we dump in the mashed beans. Let's see if I can set this up. Nope, don't do that. Put in seasonings, turn up the heat so we can get it up to a simmer. I used to think the mashed beans were what gave this thing the thickness, but I've since learned it's actually the tomato paste that I add later. I do like how colorful this is. Alright, and I'm going to let it get up to a simmer and I'll be right back. Alright, so that was just about long enough to clean off everything. All the Cuisinart and the cutting board and the cans are all cleaned out and ready to dry. So approaching simmer. And just about there. So basically you bring it to a simmer. I'll turn the heat down. I like to make it really hot and then just let it go down to about medium usually. And cover it. Let it sit for 20 minutes, is it? 30 minutes. Alright, that looks good. Stir it one more time. So it'll cook for 30 minutes, and you'll want to come back and stir it occasionally because the veggies have a tendency to burn to the bottom even in this nice Dutch oven. But yeah, it is what it is. So set a 30-minute timer. Back in half an hour. That moment when I hear sizzling at the stove and realize I left it on slightly too high, turn it down to medium-low and stir a bit. Always a good sign. Alright, it's been half an hour. because it's never as thick as I want it to be after just half an hour. The recommendation was cook it another 10 minutes or add tomato paste. And I don't do things by half measures, so. So add the tomato paste, stir it in a bit, and then what I usually do is heat it through for 10 minutes without uncovered. Back in 10. And 10 minutes later, there it is. And that's my chili.